Hello everyone. Hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all out there a chance to go get a pen and a piece of paper and call all your friends that are engineers, because I'm about to give you some information today that people have been working on with this technology for pulling water out of the atmosphere. And so go get your pen and paper so I can give you the answer to a question that the world's been trying to solve with atmospheric water generators. All right? Guys, there's a technology out there called sorbent materials. Sorbent materials. DARPA put out a call to action for sorbent materials and how to get the moisture out of that sorbent material for people to drink. Now, sorbent materials, it's like those little packets that you put into new products, and those new products are things like any electronics, and it dries them out. Well, sorbent materials, you sit them out in low humidity environments and they soak up moisture. So you'll have a sorbent, a little sorbent container. So this sorbent takes humidity. The sorbent material soaks up the humidity. Did I spell that right? Goes in there and fills up with water. But you have to be able to get the water out. Now, some engineers called me up and they said, well, how do we get the moisture out of there? And so, on my technology, I have something called an evaporator, where the water's pulled out of the air. It collects on the surface area of the evaporator. And then there's a condenser. And the condenser is the same thing in your home air conditioning system. The condenser gets hot. It's because that's where the heat exchange takes place. The coolant goes back into the compressor again, gets cold, goes all back around through this system. And so what I came up with was an idea to take the sorbent material, the sorbent. You have to heat this up to get the moisture out of it. I've explained this to several engineering houses and it keeps coming back and no one's getting the solution. I've talked to several large engineering companies about it and they still come back 2-3 months later and they still ask me again how to do it. So basically, they're not listening to me. Maybe it's because of the messenger, or maybe I'm not saying the message the right way. But here's the answer. Here's the solution to how you use sorbents. It's a combination of using an atmospheric water generator. The atmospheric water generator produces cold air, hot air, pulls moisture out of the air. Now, the sorbent material needs one of those elements. It needs the heat. So here's a sorbent. So what you do is when you have an evaporator, this is your condensing coil. Hope I did this right. One of those lines has got to go. Let's see which one. This one. Oh, this one. That'll work. More like this. So you have a condensing coil. So what you do is this box is going to get hot. It's going to get hot, the coil, when you're producing water, the condenser. So inside of this, what you do is you add your sorbent material inside of this box. You have a condensing coil that's going to get hot. I use 134A. There's other coolants out there, refrigerants out there that get much warmer. So you have this condenser. As it sits and the machine is completely off, the machine has to be off. This coil, you can make it as large as you want. The air that's pulled over this, once you turn it on, this is going to heat up the sorbent material that's inside embedded. impregnated into the condenser. That sorbent material, when that condenser heats it up, pulls the air through, it's going to go through the atmospheric water generator, it's going to go over the evaporator, and the moisture is going to be condensed out of the air. The sorbent material will not work alone. The sorbent material needs to be part of the atmospheric water generator. It's a combination of the two machines. Combine your sorbent material with the condenser in an atmospheric water generator. You take that when it's designed into the condenser, you sit it outside for 2 weeks. Let that sorbent material fill up. As soon as you turn that atmospheric water generator on, all those gallons of water that are stuck in that sorbent material will heat up in that condenser. Once it's heated up in that condenser, it will be condensed out in the evaporator as soon as you turn the machine on. That is the $1 million answer to that question. I don't care what you do with it. I don't care what company you take it to. But right now, we're in a place in the world where we can't sit on top of the solutions to problems without sharing them. We have to open share so that you can build this technology, so that you understand how the sorbent works, how the machine works, because we have problems that are monumental. And for me to hold on to it while people are still, engineers from large companies are still calling me to talk to me about this, and they're not understanding it. All of y'all out there will understand it. Your donations to my foundation continue to help me do this work. If the United Nations says for every dollar that you use to produce a gallon or a liter of water, $4 of economic growth come from that. $4.30 come from that. Because every time you produce water out of the air, that's 20 miles that a woman doesn't have to walk to get water. That's some food that someone can grow right here where they don't have to go 5 miles to get the food. So donating to the foundation helps me to be able to do this. All right, I know there's a lot of questions. Robert, can you see some of those questions that are on the back of there?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, pop them in the chat right now.
All right, guys.
Oh, does the sorbent material leave behind toxic traits in the water, or is it an evaporation process creating new water, essentially? Ryan Gilbert.
Ryan, the water that comes out of the sorbent materials comes out just the H2O molecule. When you heat it up, no chemicals come with it. Remember, every time you heat up an H2O molecule, what it does is it turns to vapor. And then when you reach the dew point turns that back to water. The chemicals aren't coming with it. So the sorbent materials, they've already done the studies, the sorbent materials are clean. So nothing comes with it. The combination of the condenser and the sorbent material
Josh Mather, what's an example of a sorbent material that you could do this with?
Look, I'm not a sorbent expert on all the materials that they use, but look up the DARPA requirement and then just Google sorbent materials and what they're made out of. I hear they're very expensive. I don't know where the requirement came from. Maybe some company, an inside job, wanted to make this the way to go to produce water. But I'm not an expert in the sorbent material itself, but I am an expert in how to get the water out of the sorbent material.
Let's see here. Are you open to making more in-depth engineering videos?
You know what? I'm very open. Okay, I'm very open to telling more about it. But today, what I wanted to do, because I got hit up by a global company trying to explain this, and this is the answer. This is the answer to it. And I don't want to keep explaining this answer, so I'm basically giving it to the world for free. Sorbent materials combined with an atmospheric water generator is the solution to sorbent materials. End of story. That is it. That's how it works.
Let's see. It looks like sounds like some people are saying there might be a connection issue, so we might want to try to get on. Hey, folks, is that for everyone or just some people?
Is there a connection issue? That's why I love doing these live videos. You can't make anything out.
Let's see. Would there be a sorbent material that would be a filter?
Well, basically, yeah. If you have a sorbent material and all the water around you is contaminated, it's evaporating. When it evaporates and goes into the sorbent material, basically you have the H2O molecule. So it's basically filtered. It's filtered all of the water that's contaminated because you're just getting the H2O molecule. And then you get even cleaner water once you condense it out with an atmospheric water generator. All right, y'all. I know you have a lot of questions, so once this video gets posted, I know it's a long one, and hopefully there will be lots of questions, and what I'll do is I'll have everybody get together and I'll try to answer these questions. But I just wanted to put that out there today because we have cyber attacks coming, we have our water system being attacked by the Chinese, by different bad players out there. We have water contamination issues, we have mass migration around the world, and we need to have a solution. And I'm coming up with answers to solutions, and so I'm sharing the answers to the solutions with as many people as I can on the most open platform that I have. So I'm sharing, y'all share, and follow, like, do everything possible to continue to make sure that this grows. What do you got there, Robert?
All right, let's see. We've got some questions about examples of sorbent materials and which might be the most efficient.
You just have to do the research on the sorbent materials. There's lots of companies right now working with the sorbent materials. When you do your search, do your Google search for sorbent materials, do your search to the research companies that are using sorbent materials, look up at what the work that MIT is doing. Look up work that Southwest Research Institute is doing. Look up work that any company right now that's trying to use sorbent materials is doing. And look up the work that DARPA has done, and look at the contracts that DARPA gave to people to try to find a solution with sorbent materials.
All right. And how can we help you on your mission? Says one Sky Jones.
Sky Jones, the way that you can help me with my mission is, look guys, right now I'm at Loyola University. This whole building is a sustainable building. This building that I'm in right now, I'm being heated by geothermal heat. They have biodiesel in this building. They're growing it right here in the lobby. They have solar on the roof. This is the place I've come here and I've given a lecture here at the school. And this is also a place where I'm probably going to bring a large machine to show the students here how it works. So what you can do to ensure that I can continue to do this work is just donate to my foundation, because this is what I do. When I disappear and you don't see me, I'm trying to develop something. The next thing I'll talk to you about maybe is a cross-flow air exchanger. A cross-flow air exchanger, study that, because you can't build an atmospheric water generator and have it efficient without a cross-flow air exchanger. Okay, I just gave away another free secret right there. Cross-flow air exchanger. There's a lot of companies out there that build them. All right? All right, guys. That's it. I'm going to say sign off from now from Loyola University here in Chicago. Thank you for letting me use the school. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it.